With all the issues around Linus Tech Tips, I thought it would be a good idea to go back 1 year and look at his Linux challenge videos. The first video, the major issue he and Luke had with Linux, was the number of distros available. It was odd that Linus didn't mention to his followers that the easiest way to see what was the most popular version of Linux, and therefore the most supported, is to look it up on the Steam hardware survey. First you open up Steam, go to the Store tab, open it up and scroll down until you see the Steam hardware and software survey, then click on it. After that you find the operating system section and click to expand it. You will see the most common versions of Linux being used. Now that we know Linus and his company routinely lie to sensationalize videos, it's not hard to see why they omitted this from their video in order to drum up views. The next problem Linus had was installing Steam on Pop! OS. This was very odd because Linus and his crew routinely make videos on very technical subjects like overclocking processors and changing things inside of the Windows registry. So, he would know how to read a warning. Once again, this was played up for views. It should also be noted that installing Steam on Windows 11 had issues as well. I even had a problem when testing out Windows 11, and had to install the Steam program under Windows 8 compatibility mode. Eventually Linus chose Manjaro KDE, this is very important to remember later. This is the default look of Manjaro KDE, as he did not change how the desktop looked after installing it. On his next video he immediately starts talking about getting Linux ready for gaming and goes into setting up streaming. First of all, streaming is not gaming. Then Linus goes into an issue he had installing OBS. Here we see another issue of him lying. There hasn't been a single Linux YouTuber who has been able to copy the problem he had. He was simply not telling the truth, which is a habit for this guy. Back to streaming. There are roughly 7 million Twitch streamers. This number sounds like a lot, that must mean everyone who is gaming on PC is doing it, right? Wrong. There are about 8 billion PC gamers in the world. That means less than 1% of them are streaming their games. If we go back to the Steam hardware survey, we can see that the most common video card is a 3060. This means most gamers are using average gaming PCs and not high-end streaming setups. Linus is complaining about a niche market. Now let's go back to the gaming portion. Linus praising World of Tanks as a community win against evil corporations, when he supports Microsoft, one of the most evil companies out there. Anyway, he goes on to say how his version of Manjaro wasn't supported and highlights Manjaro XFCE. Remember what version he was running? That's right, the KDE Plasma version. Big lie number 3. It should also be said that the Manjaro GNOME version was supported, and even if his desktop environment wasn't supported, he could just download the GNOME desktop environment and run it. For a tech-savvy gamer, he's not bright. Well, that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching.